All right. Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to SHU Program. Thank y'all for tuning in. Jay, Marv, what's going on,
You're
folks?
nothing much, man.
Yeah, yeah, nothing much, man. I hope this strike is over. Got some good news that stuff is
Okay.
happening.
Y-
So,
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that for sure. Um, what I want to do is start off with Starfield. I know our main episode, or what we talked about mainly last time, was Starfield. We had our biggest engagement yet on post due to Starfield. So let's go ahead and hop into that and just do a little quick review. Um, Jay, go ahead and give me your thoughts on where you're at right now. How you feeling about the game? I know we're pretty. I would say probably what over 40 hours, 50 hours into it by now.
oh, definitely.
So review wise, how you feeling about it right now? Which that differs from when we did our review or early review a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. Well, first off, just for some of the commentators, they watched some of the footage that our last podcast was on, which was us discussing our first impressions, and there were several commentators talking about how we only played the first mission, and we weren't even 4 hours in, and I clearly let them know that, hey, this is early gameplay. We've been playing the game for a while. So we've been playing for a long time, and if you see on our reels, there's other gameplay, deeper gameplay as we play further in the game. But yeah, man, this 50 hours in, I'm loving the game. Despite our suggestions that we had about certain travel methods, if I had to give the game a rating right now, and this is without completing 100% of the game, because I don't think any of us are going to be 100%ing the game anytime soon. Let's get that off the bat right there, because there's so many games coming out soon that it's just really going to be impossible unless you're just going to be playing Starfield for the foreseeable future. Which, while I love Starfield, there's a bunch of games coming out. Spider-Man 2 comes out next month.
Yeah,
Yes, so that's not happening. I even had to take a break from Starfield to play Mortal Kombat. So, it's just so much content. We already know this is the broke year, man. We all going broke from video games. Uh, but so far, man, I've completed, I want to say, three faction lines already. And what's cool about the faction lines is these are very long quests, man. These are very long, interesting stories with plot threads that really stretch out the quality of life of the game. So, you just know that if you're still on one quest line, just know that there's a lot more that Starfield has to offer when you begin other quest lines. Like my first quest line was Ryujin Industries, and mainly that quest line was mostly about corporate espionage. And I thought it was really cool. It was really cool doing, sneaking and sabotaging, the opposing companies' stuff, stealing secrets and all kind of stuff, man. It's cool. And then even after you complete the quest lines, they still have a mission hub where you can take on missions, so you can get you can get money and earn money. So there's still ways to earn like income that way you can buy your things. I'm on my class B ship now. There's like three classes of ships: class A, class B, class C, with C being the highest of classes. And right now I think you have to get a certain perk. There's a command perk, a ship command perk, where you have to get that and level it up to even get a class C ship. And those class C ships are usually the big giant ships that we've seen in some of the traders that are trading ships and stuff like that. So they're really huge, gigantic, giant ships, pretty much. But it's also pretty cool to see the creativity from the Starfield community when they're making all these types of ships from Star Wars and Mass Effect and Star Trek. I mean, people are making penis ships, hamburger ships. Someone made a ship they made a pistol, a ship that's really formed like a pistol. I mean,
Crazy.
I didn't think when I first played the game and I was looking at the shipbuilder tools, I didn't think it was that vast. I really didn't. I was like, I don't know how vast the shipbuilder is gonna be. I thought it was kind of simple a little bit, but I didn't really play with it too much. But now, as we've all seen, it is way more vaster, than people can get really creative with the game, with the shipbuilding tools, creating a whole bunch of stuff. So Man, I'm having a great time with it. If I have to give it a grade right now, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, which is great. It's a great game. Why doesn't it get a 5? It goes back to what I said before, where I think this game is most of the fun is missing from the mod support, and we won't be getting mod support until 2024, which is a bummer because, hopefully hopefully the game will keep my interest enough to where I want to load it back up and I want to play it again, which I think it will. But there's so many games between then and now. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth comes out next year too. Tekken 8 comes out. So there's like all these games coming out. So I hope that something brings me back. And then we got the DLC too. So hopefully it'll bring me back to want to to do a new game plus and stuff like that with the mods for sure. Especially if they add stuff like lightsabers that I want. But yeah, man, I just think like we had a issue with the fast traveling system. Everyone's joking around calling it the menu field and stuff like that, but I do think should have been a feature that allow us to travel manually to certain planets. For example, like there's a planet, guys, where I don't know if you came across it, but there's like a planet that has like 5 or 6 moons on it and surrounding it. I should be able to fly my ship to each one of those moons without having to open up my scanner and travel to it. So, stuff like that. Like, I should be able to manually maneuver my ship to those planets. No matter how far it is, they should have some kind of shortcut designed in the game where it allows me to, speed faster than light or whatever. And as of today, September 22nd, there was a mod that enabled that to happen called, I believe it's called Slower Than Light. And there's a mod on PC that allows everybody to travel manually, seamlessly, to planets that's far away that will usually take a longer time. So it can be done. So I'm just waiting for those type of mods to hit the console version. So overall, I highly recommend the game. I highly recommend it if you like Fallout, you like Skyrim, but set in space with a bunch of missions, interesting characters, long quest lines, random encounters, random events that you weren't expecting, the travel, the shipbuilding. This is for you. I enjoyed my time. I'm enjoying my time with it.
High five.
So I think you gave it a 9 last time. Was that what you gave it last time, Jay?
Oh no, because I don't do 10 scales.
Or you gave it a 4? You gave it a 4, I think. What do you give it now?
So I guess I'm probably
what's the rating now?
4. I think I'm gonna keep it at a 4.
Okay. All right, Marv. What you think, man?
My rating, I mean, so far now, I will say this: I haven't had a lot of time to just progress through the game, but I have been doing a ton of missions over the past 2 days. I would say I kind of agree, Jay, and the fact that we already see mods popping out for it for like the seamless travel is kind of the same. I'll stand on what I said on the first podcast. To me, I think this is a pretty brilliant and fleshed out game. It doesn't feel like it's getting old. It's so much stuff still yet to do. It's different styles of play. One of my coworkers, he's already beaten the story and he's on a new game plus, and he was just like, dog, like once you beat the game the first time, he was like, it'll make you want to play it completely different the second time because you already understand it and you pretty much keep all of you basically keep leveling up. You don't lose anything. Now you lose like your ships and all that jazz, but it's like you basically keep moving forward and you can just redo everything over again. So he was like, you can kind of reconfigure out like what kind of play style you want to have, and the certain things that you missed, you can kind of go back and really deep dive into. So I think the fact that even if you look in the community and see just kind of like, hey, everyone's starting to make different builds and have different games that they play through in order to be able to talk about different experiences, I think that's brilliant. I would say so far as a rating, are we going out of 4 out of 5 or just a 5-point system? I'm probably going to be sitting. I'll probably give it. I'm sitting at like a solid 8.5. 8.5.
I think you gave it 8.5 last time, so you keep it at 8.5.
Yeah, I'm sticking to an 8.5. I think once mods come out and we start seeing more things get fleshed out, and definitely DLC that may possibly change, but I think just bare bones as this game at 8.5 is pretty solid. I know everyone's for some random reason wants to vehemently hate this game, which I don't understand why that is the case. You just don't have to play one game. In my opinion, there's numerous games to play, just like we discussed. We're gonna be on multiple things, and we got multiple things to talk about now. A personal fave, this is probably my favorite game out of the year so far. So I don't really see it changing for a while, unless something just comes out of left field and surprises me. But I mean, I'm gonna be on this for a while, to be honest. Until we start seeing GTA.
Sure. You're gonna be waiting. You're gonna be waiting for a minute.
Right.
For me, well, I'm gonna clear something up first because I think me and Jay will tell you, I probably got more Instagram notifications over the last 6 days than I probably have in my entire life. Like every time I go to sleep and I wake up, it's 60 messages, 60 comments, whatever. But there was one comment that I kept seeing pop up, so we're gonna clear it up right now. Someone was saying that I was saying something about you couldn't travel to our solar system, as in Sol is what it's called in the game. People are just being stupid because they're not listening. What we were trying to say was travel within a solar system. So that means what Jay just said, like I can go from a planet to a moon within a solar system. We know that you can travel to Earth's solar system. You can clearly do that from the beginning of the game. So that's not what I was talking about. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead off the top and just keep it at an 8.5 because I think that's what Marv was saying too. I rated it 8.5 last time. I've pretty much finished most of the faction quests. So Red Fleet and or what is it called? I'm forgetting the names of it now.
Crimson Fleet.
Crimson Fleet, Freestar Collective. I've done the UC. I've pretty much done most of the major, like the side quests for like the factions. Now I'm trying to go and do like a little side quest, like whenever you meet people like walking down the street or doing whatever. So a lot of that's been really cool. I've enjoyed, like Jay was saying, it's always something like cool to do. It's never really like the monotonous, just go find something and bring it back. So I've had pretty good fun with the side missions. And I think now, since I've done a lot of those, I'm gonna try to get back into the main story. I did get my first set of powers the other day by going to that one planet and collecting the one of the artifacts, and then going to the other planet to actually find out like the powers you get from collecting them. So that was pretty cool. I would say overall the story is just really good. It's really good in the game. To me, the Freestar Collective story was pretty cool. Dealt with this dude named Ron Hope. For us who haven't played it yet, I don't think Marv may not have gotten that far. But the Ron Hope quest line and just what happens with the Freestar Collective and the people in the Aquila City and everything is pretty cool in general. For me, the reason why I'm gonna keep it at 8.5 is like y'all were saying, mods aren't here yet. Obviously, mods gonna change the game for sure. I would say that at first I didn't notice it. I was thinking that the graphics were good, and the graphics still are good. But this dude posted something the other day that I saw. He put up a clip of Ghost of Tsushima from the PS. Was that PS4, Jay? Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah.
Was that PS? Yeah, it was PS4 Pro, and he put up a clip of that, and he put it next to Starfield. And I was just like, man, because I think Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2019, 2020. So, yeah, it's pandemic. That is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. And I know it takes a lot to put into Starfield. Obviously, it's an RPG, and it's just a lot that goes into it. But I do think that the graphics should be a little more advanced than where they are currently. The graphics are still good, so I'm not saying that they're not, but I do think they actually could be in a better spot than they're currently at right now. Other than that, waiting for the DLC to come out, which I think that's going to be fire. Like I said, when I hop back into the actual story, I'm still trying to figure out where the story is headed. I think right before my last stop in playthrough, I had come across, I won't say it's, we don't know who it is yet, but I come across somebody within the main story that might have a link to maybe like the end of the game, like what's going on with like the artifacts and everything like that. So it's getting good, man. Like I said, I'm having tremendous fun with it. I think that, like Mark said, for me, it's probably the best game that I've played so far this year. I still think that Baldur's Gate probably will win Game of the Year, but my personal opinion, I would say for me at this moment, it is probably the Game of the Year for me. I actually haven't touched shipbuilding. Like I think you need a crazy amount of credits to be able to even start that. I myself personally am at 960,000, so I think I'm close to 1 million. So I think I got a lot, but I'm not sure exactly how much it takes. So the main things I want to jump into, like I said, that I haven't yet is shipbuilding. Marv mentioned this last time. He said that people were playing the whole playthrough and not even building an outpost. I haven't built an outpost yet, so I got to start doing that. Right. So I got to hop into that. So outpost, shipbuilding, and then I just got to get back into the main story and just see, where they're gonna take us from here. So enjoying it, gonna keep it at 8.5, but I think the game will just continue to get better over the years with mods, and then with whatever the DLC is that they add to it. So that's where I'm at currently.
Okay. Well, it's like I said, and I think we all agree here. We enjoy the game. Well, I think we all can say that we highly recommend the game. I think over our last comments, a lot of people were getting misconstrued. They weren't listening to the full details and the context of what we were talking about. And we like the game, and I think it's fun. It's crazy because a lot of the slack that we got was coming from fellow Xbox players. So I would have thought a lot of it would have came from some Sony fanboys, but it was a lot of fellow Xbox players trying to defend.
I mean, for me, I respect everybody's opinions, but it's just like baseless claims or saying stuff. And I remember somebody commented something, and I was just like, I bet you they hadn't even played the game yet, because it was like something that they had mentioned, and it was just like, well, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm just like, bro, from what you're saying, you haven't played the game at all. So it's just funny, like how people will come into comment section and say some stuff, haven't played the game, don't know what it's about, or have played it for a little bit, haven't really gotten deep into the game. And it's just like Marv said, saying it feels like people just want to hate just to hate. You know what I mean? Since the game is one of the first real Xbox exclusives that's not coming out on PlayStation, you just got people in there that just want to hate. And my thing is just give the game a chance. I think most of us, especially me and you, Jay, we play both. We play PlayStation and we do Xbox. So it's just like, chill out, man. This ain't no console wars. Just play the game, have fun, and enjoy.
Literally.
But what I would say, since we're still on the Xbox tip right now, let's go ahead and move forward to the Xbox leaks that just came out. That really dropped overnight. Like, I woke up to my phone and I saw something about it. Just going off basically saying, they had dropped or they were talking about the new Xbox getting ready to be made. I think the years were 2024, some kind of new system, hybrid system, and then in 2028 should be like a new, whatever the next series is for Xbox. What have y'all heard about it? How'd y'all feel about it?
Well, first off, it is a shame that all of these things leaked, because there's pros and cons about it, of course, but at the same time, I do like some of the things. Like I remember when EJ was first telling me about the PlayStation 5's the DualSense 5 controller and the haptic feedback, and I was like, wow. And I was like, I can only imagine what the Xbox Series X controller is going to be like. And we got it. And it was like, oh, well, they added a share button on it. Okay, it looks nice. If it's it's the same old, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I would have loved to see some awesome features, like similar to the PlayStation 5 controller. And now I guess they listen. I guess they listen. So we're going to be getting a brand new controller. This is not the one that was leaked earlier. If you guys remember, there was another leak of Xbox developing a controller with a screen in it and everything, like similar to the old Sega Dreamcast, but of course it's going to be like more advanced. But yeah, man, the haptic feedback, a haptic feedback Xbox controller, way better design. Yeah, cool. And of course, the all digital console. I mean, we saw this coming. We already know where Xbox is going. We've talked about this many times. Xbox is kind of pushing innovation when it comes to cloud gaming and digital gaming. The physical gaming is going to get edged out sooner or later. So I'm not surprised that they're redesigning the console. It's going to be all digital. And to be honest, fellas, since I've had the Series X, I don't know about you guys, I have not purchased any physical games for my Xbox at all. So
I haven't purchased. Well, there's only two games that I've got, or one game that I've gotten that had a physical copy, and that was when I got the Cyberpunk Deluxe Edition or whatever. That came with the disc, so I got it for that. But every other game that I've purchased so far has all been digital. So I'm with you.
Right, and I think even with my PlayStation, I got one game that's physical disc, and that was Final Fantasy because I got it on a good deal. But other than that, that Xbox Series X refresh, as they're calling it, that caters to someone like me, because I'm gonna stop buying physical copies. So It just makes sense to, and of course everyone's going to talk about, well, you go to GameStop and get discounts. GameStop won't be around too long, and also there's online.
That's true.
There's also online. There's gaming websites that offer games at great discounts, so you don't need a place like GameStop where you trade in 3 AAA titles and only get $2 back. So that time is over. So, so yeah, I did like stuff like that. One of the things that I want to say is a con was that Phil Spencer said that when the PlayStation 5 reveal happened, that he wasn't bothered by it, that he wasn't impressed. And I don't know how you can say something like that when you're behind in game exclusivity. Everything that PlayStation 5 should be a threat to you. Personally, that's how I would look at it. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I believe that was a lot. That was the one thing I think that was kind of just interesting about the information about the documents that they said they were including in the leak. Is just like, because if that was the case, there wouldn't be such a rush to be trying to buy up all these studios. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Because my thing is either you're gonna make new IPs, either you're gonna make new IPs, right? Or you're just gonna take the easy route, like you say, since they got a ton of money, just buy up things, and then you basically just kind of own the market share, if that makes sense. You don't really have to fight to basically create a new IP internally that's just Microsoft branded. You can just be like, hey, we're just gonna funnel the money into the studio, and they can just keep doing what they're doing, but we just get to stay first.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head, though, because I think the reason why he's saying he doesn't, I don't think he was impressed maybe by physical hardware, because I think the Xbox is stronger. So maybe he was going down that route. But I think that when you hit the nail on the head, Marvin, was they're worried about buying other companies like Nintendo and stuff like that. So I think they're looking at it as in, we're behind now, but like down the road, we keep buying stuff, eventually we'll be on top. So.
And the Nintendo thing, I think we already heard we already heard that Xbox was trying to buy Nintendo at one point. They talked about it on the Xbox documentary when the Series X was launching. And, they joked about how Xbox themselves joked about how Nintendo laughed them out the room when it happened. So we don't know when that Nintendo comment was actually what's the time frame are they referring to? Are they talking about years and years ago when the first Xbox was getting created? Or are they trying to claim that Phil Spencer and Xbox are still trying to buy Nintendo to this day? Like I need to know the time frame.
I'm with you on that, but I will say at the end of the day, Nintendo got a lot of money. They make a lot of, the Switch is one of the best selling consoles of all time, which is true. But this is Microsoft. They got money. They swimming in money. This is like Apple, basically. So I mean, I'm not gonna put it past them. They may have laughed at them in the past, but I'm not gonna I would not put it past Microsoft to try to, that they're still actively looking to do that at some point. Will they do it? Probably not. But I wouldn't put it past them and say that they just can't do it, because Microsoft could just buy up everything if they really wanted to. But we'll see.
All right, we will see.
Right,
we will see. But interesting stuff. I mean, you can't have stuff like this leaking. They got all their plans leaked out till like you said, 2028. Did their whole line. So Phil Spencer did come out and address it. But I don't think this stops anything. I don't think it wasn't like, while it was probably, they keep saying it's like the biggest leak in gaming history. I don't know if the leak bothered me in that way, in a sense, as a consumer, like, oh wow, oh my god, it was more like, oh, okay, now we're getting like a sneak peek.
I think it sucks to take a business, but I think a lot of that, I'm just like, man, it could be strong hearsay, but we'll see. Because you never really know. Things can change at a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I feel you. They actually talked about some of the upcoming games too. So apparently, they're going to be making a new Doom game. Jay, I think. Well, did you play Doom? I don't know if you played the most recent ones.
Yes, I did. Well, not the recent ones. I played a little bit of the remake of Doom, and I stopped playing it because I get sick. So. but I did play some of it.
Yeah, so they're mostly making a new Doom. I think they're gonna make more and new Dishonored games. I played the first one. The first one was actually pretty good. Apparently, they're supposed to be going back and doing another Redfall, so we'll see if they can correct the mistakes from the first one. They're doing remasters, and they're doing remasters of Oblivion, remasters of Fallout 3, and then there's supposed to be a Ghostwire Tokyo sequel in the works. And I know Jay played the second, or you played Ghostwire Tokyo, so it looked pretty cool. So we'll see how that one is. So yeah,
Right.
but they got stuff coming in the pipeline, so we'll see, man. Like I said, the main thing is just the games, bro. If they can just figure that out, whether it's they got to keep buying studios, like I said, they can find a way to pry Bioware from EA, do something, but like they gonna have to they got to keep either acquiring studios or just follow through and just come through and make sure that the games that they drop and actually hit. Like, we still haven't heard nothing about Perfect Dark yet. That's supposed to be coming out. We haven't heard anything about that yet. Fable's gone cold, so we'll see, man. It's all about the games at the end of the day, though. Yeah, so we'll see. Question is, are y'all going to be getting that new, whatever the system is for 2024, if they drop that hybrid, or like they did the Xbox One and the Xbox One X? Are y'all going to get next year's X version or whatever?
Yeah, I'll be getting it.
So you're going to trade in your system now for whatever the new one is?
Yep. I'll trade it in.
With the new,
definitely will trade it in.
with a brand new console that they allegedly are supposed to be putting out, I'd probably trade up depending on how much they
I think they're going to do it for a fact. Yeah.
I'm trading
I'll
up.
be
'cause
honest.
I just have Series S.
The only way I will not trade it is because I don't have a Blu-ray DVD player. I don't have like a individual Blu-ray DVD player. So now I do play. If I do watch a Blu-ray, it is being played through my console. So I would be losing that, even though I still have my PS5. It does have a Blu-ray disc, so I could rely on that.
You could.
That would be the only reason I wouldn't trade it, but I think I may.
I mean, I think for me, I had every system within the last generation. So I had the Xbox One, I had the One S, and I had the One X. So I will probably get it. But the thing is, I just got to see like a super vast improvement. When I got the Xbox One, the jump from the One to the One S and X to me was substantial enough for me to actually get it. Like, I could see the graphics wise, I could see the difference. It had more storage, so there were like reasons for me to do it. The Xbox Series X has a lot of storage already on it. It runs faster than, or has better components than the PS5 does. So for me, it's gonna have to be something crazy for me to actually, go ahead and move to it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing that they're offering from it for the most part is like reduced power use. So I mean, if your Xbox be running up your bill, your light bill is making.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna make me buy it.
It's not gonna make it
just because. I'm good. So yeah. All right. Well, let's hop into another one. Mortal Kombat 1. Jay, you had it first, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you first. I am currently playing it right now. It is pretty awesome at this point. What do you think so far?
Well, I beat the game. I've done my share of online multiplayer as well. I've tried the invasions mode. It pretty much experienced everything that the game has to offer. If I have to give it a grade right now, I'm going to give it another 4 out of 5. The campaign, the story mode is one of the best in Mortal Kombat's history. I'd have to put it. I had to put it probably number 2 in best stories, right after Mortal Kombat 11. So when you get this new game, just understand that it is definitely on some Avengers Endgame type of tip, for sure. But so you are getting your money's worth with the campaign. The fighting has definitely changed. The fighting, the gameplay has definitely changed in ways that differs than Mortal Kombat 11. I will say I do have certain issues with the cameos. As you guys know, that there's a new feature called Cameo Fighters, where the cameo fighters is not necessarily a tag team, but they can come in at the when you press the button, they can come in and help you and do some kind of quick attack or a long range attack to kind of help sway the battle. Some of the cameo fighters, specifically one character in Serena, she needs to be patched. And if you go look at the Mortal Kombat leaderboard, you'll see it shows you not only the popular fighters that are the top fighters they're using, but the top cameo fighters that's being used. And like 18 out of 20, Serena is the number one cameo. Is because she needs to be patched. She has this long range ability to send out a long range ability, send it out and it comes like it'll come out and strike you, and then it'll come backwards as it returns to her. It'll strike you again, and people can use that twice over and over again. So you're literally stuck in an animation, and that's kind of, it leaves you open up for a combo, and there's like really no way to really defend against it. So I try to duck people that's using Serena. I'm be honest with you, because I just feel like it's bullshit. So people need to Ed Boon needs to patch that, man, because it's ridiculous. People are also commenting on that too. So when the first patch comes, definitely get rid of that. So far though, the invasions mode, simple mode. Really, you there's these different levels where you pretty much, it's like a board game. You send your fighter throughout this board, and all these random encounters with fighters appear, and sometimes the battles may have certain special things happening where maybe a fighter, your enemy has like extra health, or things are dropping out the sky, and all kind of different little crazy features, stuff that we've seen before. I mean, really, to be honest, the invasions mode is pretty weak. I mean, the only time you should be really playing invasions mode is unless you're trying to unlock things, and that's pretty much what you'll be getting it for. And that's what I pretty much looking forward to, is just playing throughout it to unlock things, and that's it. But overall, I'm enjoying my time with it. I do think there is another issue. I feel like I need to drop the grade a little bit. I will say multiplayer matchmaking is a little slow. It is, like, for example, Street Fighter 6 matchmaking is pretty quick. You can even go into other modes, like practice, tutorial modes, to practice your moves while matchmaking is being made. But it's not the same with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, you're literally waiting for a few moments to get a match, so it can be a little quicker. But these are things that I won't deduct so far, only because I know these are things that can be fixed and throughout the life of the game. So I know we'll see a patch that'll help increase matchmaking speed. But so far, yeah, man, Mortal Kombat 1 definitely gets a 4 out of 5 for me. I highly recommend it.
My review isn't near as in depth, because Jay is the fighting game guru in our group for sure. I just got it, so I'm only probably, I'd say maybe 20-30% into the main story right now. I'm at the part, Jay, where you're playing as Baraka. I think that's where I'm at right now.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm, good little ways into it. I will say I'm enjoying the story so far. The whole thing they did with Liu Kang, setting up the new universe, and then pretty much telling you from the beginning of the game, like, how he did it until now. Just seeing how he changed certain people's backgrounds and the different characters is pretty cool. Seeing how Reptile is brought into the story. I think I just fought Asher right before we got out here. She's pretty powerful. I think you were saying she was a good character to use the other day. So, I'm having fun with it so far. I mean, I think this is the most beautiful Mortal Kombat game that's ever come out. Definitely utilizing the power of the Series X. And PS5, whoever's playing it on that. But yeah, man, it looks great, and it plays pretty well. I think that my only issue so far is, I think last year I could pin moves to the screen. So for someone who's not like Jay and I don't remember all the combos all the time, I would always go in before a match and pin the moves to like the top of the screen, and then I can just have them up there whenever I just need a reminder. But I think they took that out, because I've been trying to do it and I can't do it. But other than that, man, I really don't have any issues with it so far. I would say from the characters that I've used, I think Raiden is probably my favorite one so far. I think Raiden, and then probably Sub-Zero. I played with him during the training modes, which is pretty cool. So I want to see. I've seen some different story moments pop out. I've seen, I guess I'll say spoilers. I've seen Quan Chi pop up. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about him before the game started, so to see him and him pop up was pretty cool. I'm trying to see what else have I seen. It's pretty cool how they did the whole thing with Shao Kahn not being Shao, and he's just the general right now, and seeing how Shang Tsung is playing his way back into the storyline. I hate that they brought Chronica back, but I mean, I guess she was keeping time in the last one, so they had to bring her back in this one. So that was pretty interesting how she's giving Shang Tsung like his powers are helping him learn how to become a real sorcerer. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, it's really cool how they did it, bringing everybody back and giving them like a fresh new start. So I'm enjoying it so far. If I was to give it a rating right now, for me, like I said, I don't play online a whole bunch. I probably will when Jay and Greg both get on together. But I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10 right now, for sure.
I will say the Chronica thing is keep playing, man. There's more to it. More to it than that.
Okay. I mean, she's a like necessary evil character, I guess. I just didn't enjoy her in the last game. The last game was phenomenal, but I don't like her character. But we'll see. Marv, what were you gonna say?
My opinions on the game, I haven't gotten it, and at first I wasn't having any intent on getting it. I'll play it, but I would say from what I've seen, the story mode legitimately looks great. It legitimately looks fun. Seriously, that's like I said. I was actually surprised. Yeah. I was actually surprised at like what they did with this Mortal Kombat compared to, because you know me, EJ, you've always debated about this, about when the new Mortal Kombat came out. I was kind of just like, yeah, this ain't for me. But this one, just how they made the story, from what I've seen, just from clips playing, and just how the graphics look and how the fighting is pretty seamless. In my opinion, it doesn't seem like it's super choppy, like what I didn't like with the modern Mortal Kombat. So I think the fact that it's like every different character kind of has a different like point of view with the story, I think is like super dope. Online play, like what Jay was saying, me in online fighting games, I'm definitely gonna lean more towards like Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat, because it's kind of like you get into that same thing with like what he was saying, is that like there's just an OP character, then you just end up facing people who just only use that, versus kind of like most of the characters being semi-balanced and people are either gonna be good or bad. Like I don't necessarily like that experience per se with kind of going into an MK, but I definitely give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna check it out. I don't know when, because I'm still in Starfield and you got Modern Warfare 3 coming out in other games, but I'm gonna circle back around to it. I think the story element is what drew me into the graphics. So I saw somebody playing that, then just kind of how they go from the main realm to overworld and everything, and that's where people, you fight to the death. I think that was really, really dope too, kind of how they split that apart and then incorporate the story in with Liu Kang and his new role and everything as well. So that was kind of hard.
Yeah. All right. That's what's up. Speaking of, I know you mentioned Modern Warfare 3 real quick, just a side note before we hop on to the next thing. And have y'all seen the characters that Modern Warfare is dropping? Like the skins? I know Marvin don't really care about the skins, but Jay, I know we buy skins from time to time. You seen Lara Croft? You seen they just announced Spawn the other day? That Spawn looked fire. I'm sorry, I might have to get that for sure. Spawn looked fire. Who else was in there? Somebody. I don't play Diablo. You play Diablo, so there's a Diablo character coming.
Lilith.
Yeah.
There's also Hellsing, Alucard. Alucard is Dracula from the anime Hellsing, so I'm kind of that. That's one of my favorite animes, actually. Who else was there?
There's Ghostface is coming too, bro. Ghostface is coming too. Yep. That's an automatic buy. That is an automatic buy. So, I also heard that Ghostface might be coming to Mortal Kombat on the DLC.
Yeah,
you hear that one?
I did hear about that. There was a data mine, people, hackers or whatever, they hacked into it, and they found evidence that Ghostface is going to be in the game. So.
Oh, that's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. Yeah. But yeah, they coming through with the skins, man. They're coming through with the skins. I gotta give it to them.
For sure. I mean, I probably won't. We'll see how Modern Warfare 3 comes out, because we're gonna be busy. We got this. Spider-Man 2 has 65 skins, so
Okay, but that's totally different game. Hey, I'm ready for Spider-Man, but it's totally different game, bro. Totally different game. But yeah, it's a good segue once again. Spider-Man 2 coming out October 20th. I think I would say I'm probably the resident Spider-Man fan in this group. But are y'all? I know Marv, you don't have PS5, but are y'all gonna play it? Marv, gonna try to find a way to play it?
You know what, bro? I saw a deal for PS5s at a pawn shop up the road, but I'm gonna see if I can go in there and find one for like $100 cheaper. If it hit 3, I'm gonna buy one.
I would recommend it, bro. I mean, I would say PS5. It sits on my it sits here for sure. But
Genuinely,
whenever they come out with exclusives, I mean, the exclusives are worth it. So
right. So I mean, it's just I haven't just been pushed to want to grab it just yet and jump on. Spider-Man is one, and if they go and make another Last of Us, that's a guaranteed. Like, I gotta go get this system merely for that. But we'll see. I'm excited to see how it is because I just don't think they've made a crappy Spider-Man game. So I'm gonna be intrigued to at least. I mean, I played the first one during the pandemic, but I think this one's gonna be a big deal though. Like, seriously.
I mean, adding in Venom. I mean, everybody knows once you put Venom into a Spider-Man game, and once Venom is in anything with Spider-Man, it just blows it up and amplifies it that much more. I mean, that is his main. I mean, there's other probably villains that you could consider is more of like a main, villain for him. But for me, like when you think of Batman, you think of the Joker. When you think of Spider-Man, you think of Venom. So I just knew that this one was probably going to be, and they've already said this one's going to be like twice the size of the last game. So it looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Tony Todd's interpretation, the voice he's going to do for it too. So that's going to be.
He's going to do Candyman, but it's fine. I don't care. It's going to be Candyman, but it's fine, and I'm totally fine with that. His voice it fits. So I mean, I think it's going to be good.
Right, and I do like the whole idea. I like the GTA switch at the moment, the different Spider-Mans. I was wondering how they were going to do that, and I'm glad we got an answer to that. So I was wondering. I was like, okay, well,
answer to what?
Points, huh?
You said an answer to what? What'd you say?
Oh, answer to the how are they gonna balance Miles Morales and Peter Parker?
Oh yeah.
In the game. Yeah. So now we got our answer. They're gonna use the GTA switch at any moment, like they did with the 3 protagonists of GTA 5. So that's pretty cool. I mean,
I think it's kind of fire. Yeah, I think it's kind of fire.
I'm hoping to see some villains, man. I'm hoping to see, I think it's about time we see Green Goblin. So I'm hoping there's some characters that finally appear. We get to see, Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn is in the game, and so I'm hoping that we get to see.
But you know who Harry is. You know who Harry is already. I mean, you can pretty much surmise who he is based off the last game.
No, true. I think you can see that they're kind of switching it up. They're switching it up, but and Harry's dad is still alive. So I mean, it don't even have to be Harry. It could be Norman. So I just kind of want to see that. Like I want to see I want to see a Green Goblin adaptation done right. Like I would say I like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. His version of it in the Spider-Man film, but it wasn't like Green Goblin to me still, It was, like Green Goblin in a metal suit. Like, no, I want to see the Amazing Spider-Man 2 tried to pull it off, but it was kind of weird with oh boy. And no, I want to see I want to see a dude looking like a goblin flying around on a glider. I want to see, and I think they could really rectify some of those things in the game. So we'll see.
I think confirmed right now is obviously Venom. Craven, I think, is supposed to be like one of the big bads in the game, and then the Lizard and Mr. Negative are the only 2 so far that have been confirmed. I think Tombstone might be in the game too, but they said there's a lot more that we don't know about. So
right. So yep, and we already know because we played playing the original Spider-Man game. There were so many villains in the game. So I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
they're going to be a lot more than what they reveal, which is great because I don't want to be spoiled. I want to experience it.
Yep. Yep. Apparently, the city is twice as big. Also, they showed like another section of the city that they didn't show in the last game, including Brooklyn and somewhere else. So, yeah, man, it looks like it's gonna be good. The mechanics are always pretty spot on with those games. So,
I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie. I
I'm ready
read
for
something
it.
earlier on Twitter one time about like the setting of the game, and it was just like, say, if Miles is from here, why they ain't got the real in the game? And so like people from New York was like complaining about it, but I was like, dog, just enjoy the game, man. Like you have
They got to
no
find a way to make more than one game. They don't want to make. They didn't want to. I think they didn't want to make every borough in the first one because they didn't want to put like they wanted a chance to make the map bigger. So this one they expanded it to include Brooklyn and some other places like that. So yeah, it's just basic so they can just keep making games because they give you everything in the first game. You got nothing else for another one. So yeah,
True. That's true.
yeah.
October 20th.
October 20th. For me, you already know how I feel about this next game, but Cyberpunk is coming out with the DLC, Phantom Liberty DLC, which will be coming out pretty soon. I think it's here at the end of this month, or is it a couple? It might be a couple of days from now, I think. Yeah, Phantom Liberty DLC comes out for Cyberpunk, and actually the 2.0 update has already released, which a lot of people are saying changes the way that the game completely runs. And I've seen some people talk about it online, watch some YouTube videos, and apparently it's really going to change the experience of the game. Jay, is this something that's going to make you hop back in? I know you played it, but I'm not sure, where your head is at around getting the DLC, giving it another run through with another experience, with the 2.0 update. And Marv, are you finally going to actually play the game? So.
well,
good
I'm gonna speak on that though. Didn't we read that IGN gave us a 10 the other day?
They gave it a yeah.
A 9.
Well,
A 9,
I think they
right?
gave it a 9. They gave it a 9.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
kind of look back at somebody playing. It dead ass looks like it's a brand new game. Like literally looks like it.
I
it
just
looks
want to
like
say one
whatever
thing
it
before you
started,
finish,
it
Marv.
is crazy what it is now. Because
Yeah,
the beginning, I was like, oh, bruh, need to skip this. I ain't giving him my money.
Bro, just the graphics alone, like I think I sent something today to the chat. And they were saying like the model graphics for like the different people in the game, like how Keanu used to look in the first game before the patch till now with the DLC and after the patch, it looks just like Keanu Reeves now. Like it looked like him before, but now you can tell it really looks like him. So like that's just graphics wise. But go ahead, Marvin, finish what you're saying.
I was gonna say, man, me looking back at it and just kind of how they actually, because here's the crazy thing: it's one thing to like fix bugs in the game and in a sense kind of like do a soft polish or a faux remaster of it since it dropped so bad, versus what they've done. They've literally changed certain mechanics in the game, so it's like it's a brand new game. So I mean, I commend CD Projekt Red for at least sticking through the fight and the fans, for gritting it out. But I think right now, especially with what I've heard about just the DLC alone, from people who played it already and just other details I've read about it, now, in my opinion, it's worth the buy. Personally, I wish it was a Game Pass, but it is what it is. I'm gonna give it a try. I'll probably give it a try alongside me just going back and probably New Game Plus and Starfield. But I'm interested in. You remember, like I was excited for that game when it came out. Then everything went to absolute shit. So I was kind of just like, I don't know about all of that. We'll see. But I think it's dope. The fact that they went back and fleshed out everything, I think that's incredible. I mean, I know a lot of people rag on them because they haven't released, and everyone's in this train of thought now that games should come out perfect, which in my opinion, I just don't believe that's ever going to happen anymore, especially with just how studios are moving, how workers get treated and so forth. I just don't think that's really just going to come just perfectly every single time like the old days, but I'm definitely going to circle back around to it and give it a go. It's just, I'm more so amazed. Like what Jay said at the beginning of the episode, it's so many games, bro. Like it's literally so many games. It's like, okay, 1 minute you think you're gonna stick to one game, then the next minute you got a whopper like this to hit. Then you got Spider-Man coming, you got Final Fantasy coming. So it's like damn, when am I actually going to have time to just dedicate to trying to get through these games versus just patting them along? But Cyberpunk is definitely on my list. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Just a heads up to people who are trying to get it. The update is free, the 2.0 update, which has a lot of things that they're actually, changing in the update. The actual DLC does cost money, so the DLC is $29.99. But I will say, if it is any indication on how CD Projekt Red does their games, they released, I think it was Blood and Wine and Heart of Stone, which is the DLC for The Witcher 3. That was also $29.99, but that was also amazing DLC that added to the Witcher story. So if it's anything like that, I think we should be in good hands. So I would, I'm going to recommend, I haven't played it, but I'm still going to recommend people try it because, like I said, IGN gave it a 9. So we'll see how it is, though. Jay, what were you going to say, though? Are you going to hop back in, or how you feel?
I think I'm going to try it just to see the changes. I'm be honest, I saw some of the gameplay I've been watching, and I'm not entirely convinced. So I'm not really sure where the high scores are coming from, but I am seeing like secondhand gameplay. I got to see it on my TV. I got to feel it in my hands. I got to play it and see for myself to get a better feel for it. Like the Keanu thing, like I do see that his model improved a little bit, but it wasn't major to me. So I was like, while it's cool, I look cool. I was like, okay, he looks like he got a little bit more hair on his beard. It looked like his nose is a little bit more structured, but it wasn't like completely convincing.
This dude.
But don't get me wrong. I will say this. Look, I enjoyed Cyberpunk 2077. So it's not like I'm trying to badmouth it. I'm just saying I'm gonna have to download it for myself. And I'm gonna have to like sit down and actually play it and see what the update really has to offer. I'm just saying, like I do want to test out the new police system. Apparently the new police system is different. They're not just spawning out of thin air like they did. I want to see. One of my biggest gripes, as I told you guys before, one of my biggest gripes with the game was the driving. Like you could barely drive the car. The vehicles, you swerving everywhere. So I want to see if they actually improved it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do a complete full playthrough again, because Cyberpunk is a big giant RPG, and right now Starfield is the wave. So I don't know, but I definitely will launch it and try it out and see.
Gotcha. Well, some of the updates and the highlights from both the expansion and the update. Apparently, like you said, there's a new police system, so let's see how that works. There's actually vehicle combat now. That was not in the game at first. So vehicle combat and car chases. I think they did a small little chase in the beginning of the original Cyberpunk. It lasted probably 2 minutes, and you just shot out the car, and that was it. And then you never went back to that again. But apparently now there's vehicle combat like fully throughout the game, and there's actual car chases. New police system, as I said, UI and UX improvements, which is desperately needed. Redesigned skill trees, which it also needed. And a revamped cyberware on like how they do everything. I also heard that cyberpsychosis is a big thing, which if you watch the anime on Netflix, they kind of went through that, and that was kind of like the whole story for the character David Martinez and like a lot of the other characters that was in that show. So apparently they're making that a reality and actually a big part of the actual game itself now, which is pretty cool, which it should have been the focus on from the jump. But that's gonna be cool to see that. For the expansion, brand new storyline and characters. There's a brand new district, which I heard is a pretty big district. Vehicle missions. Apparently there's supposed to be like dynamic events. I guess that kind of like that happened in what's that game, Jay? Kind of like Halo. That everybody plays online. Should read the name of it right now.
Halo game?
It's kind of like Halo. Bungie made it, but it's not Halo.
Oh, Destiny.
When they left. Yeah, like Destiny has those dynamic events that always just pop in certain points. So apparently that's going to be happening in Cyberpunk. So it looks good, man. Like I say, it looks like they got. I mean, to me, it's worth giving a try, especially for somebody like Marv who hasn't played before. I think it's worth it for somebody to hop back in and see how it is for sure. I am going to do another play. I'll probably wait till closer to Christmas time when I got more time, but Once I finish doing more stuff in Starfield, more Kombat, Spider-Man, so it'll probably be later on during the year, but I will definitely probably give it another run and then include the Phantom Liberty part onto it. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be good, though. We'll see.
Right.
So I will say the Phantom Liberty DLC does look really good. So that trailer was very enticing. It looks like some serious stuff going on. So yeah, I'm willing to go back into the world to play the Phantom Liberty DLC. But starting a whole new playthrough, it's asking a lot from me.
I feel you. Gotta support the black characters and ages in this one, so for sure, gotta support. So, yep, keep happening now for sure. Let's go ahead and end it off with, I think the CMA is set to approve the Activision Xbox deal. Jay, you want to give us some more information on that?
Yep. Well, as this is like you said earlier, this kind of happened overnight. Right now, the CMA has pretty well the UK more like it. The UK has pretty much approved the deal with Activision-Blizzard and Microsoft, and right now they're just pretty much gonna wait till the October. I believe it's October 16th. They're gonna wait till October 16th to finally approve it completely. But right now, they just wanted to put out an announcement saying that as of right now, it is pretty much assured that the deal is going to go through. There's going to, just finalize the rest of the, bureaucracy things. I don't know, the bureaucratic things. I don't know. They're just going to finalize everything else, and by the time the deadline has come, the deal will be official, which means Microsoft will have acquired Activision. I believe Bobby Kotick already put out an email letting his all the employees of Activision-Blizzard know that, hey, it's happening. Be prepared. And it's it's looking good for the company, and this is a good deal that's going to allow the company to take advantage of Microsoft resources. So that's great. So we'll see. What part of the deal, just so everyone knows, Microsoft did allow they sold off their cloud gaming rights in the UK to Ubisoft. So Ubisoft is going to have access to certain Activision Blizzard games like Call of Duty and some other games on their cloud system. And I believe this is only for the UK. So I don't know if that's going to affect America or any other countries, but right now it is, from what I understand, it is the UK. So if you want to play certain games, if you're over there on the island, you want to play certain games from Activision Blizzard through the cloud, you're going to have to play it through Ubisoft. Unfortunately, it will not be through Xbox. That was the sacrifice that Microsoft had to make to get the deal certified and on. And yeah, this is a win. Call of Duty will be coming to Xbox, to the home of Xbox, to Microsoft. It's over.
PlayStation fans upset. They are upset.
They are mad as hell. I mean, I get it, but I'm just like, it is what it is, man. Blame big business and capitalism, bruh.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
I saw some, I was following, not to cut you off, but I just want to say this. I saw some tweets about it. Of course, PlayStation people were getting mad about it, saying it was bad for gaming. But I did see some tweets talking about, PlayStation fanboys are the reason for this. And y'all know me. I've been saying this. I'm like, y'all the reason for it.
100%. 100%. Like, I don't know why they're upset. They are the reason for it, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone said, y'all said Xbox didn't have no games, so they wouldn't got some games. It don't matter how they did it. It don't matter how many studios they had to find.
I've been saying that.
They went and got some games.
I said that earlier. I was just like, look, man, hey, they're not gonna create. They ain't gonna create nothing, but hey, they're gonna buy. They gonna be like, hey, you can't beat. Only way to beat us is to cheat us, bro.
Can't beat them. You buy them. That's it. I mean, that's all it is. Like, I mean, the thing is, bro. At the end of the day, it's like you said, the fans was talking a lot of mess about they didn't have no games, and then at the same time, PlayStation was going behind everybody's backs and just paying them so that they could get exclusivity rights to all these major games. And so Microsoft was like, we just can't allow that to happen. Like I think we mentioned this last time. Bethesda wasn't even on the radar. Like they weren't even thinking about that. And then they heard that PlayStation was trying to make Starfield an exclusive. And they were like, you know what? Let's just buy Bethesda. So,
Right.
so it's like stop doing shady stuff, and you ain't got to worry about it. Like just do what y'all do, man. Y'all already got a good lineup of games. It's like they steady pumping out the God of Wars and Spider-Mans, right? Like y'all got games, man. Just chill out. So,
Which leads me to ask y'all a question before we, end this off. Because you brought up a great point, EJ. I forgot all about this because you're right. Phil Spencer, when he found out that PlayStation was trying to get exclusivity rights for Starfield, he said, "Fuck that."
Exactly.
we cannot lose Starfield. We cannot have Starfield not be on the Xbox. And he did a G move. He did a straight up G move.
He did.
I gotta respect it. And that leads me to believe, do you think Starfield would have been getting all this criticism if it was a PlayStation exclusive?
Nah. I'm gonna tell you why it wouldn't. Because you would still have the regular studios still giving it good grades, but you would have people like IGN who are in the pockets or, allegedly in the pockets of PlayStation. They would be giving it higher ratings. All these boys online talking about, trying to just giving it crazy reviews, them going to Metacritic and trashing before the game even comes out. None of that is going on because there are toxic Xbox fans for sure, but none of that will be going on. People will just let it be what it is because PlayStation has had how many exclusives that have been good. So I doubt it, man. I think it would still be scrutinized for probably, the graphics could be a little bit better. But I think at the end of the day, they probably would be like, nah, this is another win for PlayStation and we can't wait till Starfield 2. So, nah, I doubt it.
Right. That's true, man. That's true. Well, it's on Xbox and Elder Scrolls 6 coming on Xbox too. So
I just hope that they learn, like I said, with Elder Scrolls 6, like you said, we'll end it on this. I hope they learn from Starfield. There's great things that they did with this game, and there's things that they can take away for Elder Scrolls 6. For me, like I think I said this in the last podcast too, man. It's time to change the engine, fellas. It's time to change the engine. I don't know if you got to go to. I don't know if you got to go to. What's the one, Jay, that they're using for everything now?
Unreal Engine 5.
You got
Unreal Engine 5, or if you got to build a
ACJ.
new engine from scratch, you got to figure something out. But it's time to. When people are making the criticisms that it's kind of like Fallout 4, just in space, it's true because you can kind of see some of the mannerisms and stuff. They've updated it a little bit to make it feel different, but it's time to update the system, man. It's time.
Right. What you about to say,
Go ahead, Marv.
So there's another engine. I forgot who used it. I think it's called the Red Engine. And I believe they use. I forgot who they use it for. Oh, geez. Literally just read something today.
Well, whatever it is, it's more advanced than what Bethesda's using. So Bethesda's going to have to hop on the bandwagon.
Oh, that's Cyberpunk. That's Cyberpunk and Witcher. That's CD Projekt Red. That's their ending.
Yeah. Red Engine's pretty nice in my opinion. I think if it's hashed out, that's a solid one. Unreal. It's not bad. It's just a lot of people use it. In my opinion, I think a new engine needs to be built. That's just me.
Well, Unreal Engine 5 is sort of new over the last couple of years, but most people weren't using it because the technology wasn't there at the point to do it. I think a lot of games that are getting ready to come out in 2024 and beyond started using Unreal Engine 5. So we should start to see the fruits of the labor of people using that one. So we'll see. I think a lot of those games are actually going to look pretty good, but it's just, going back towards Starfield, like I said, the game does look very good, and there are moments where you're like, man, the game is beautiful. But then there's some where you're like on certain planets, and you're just like, man, like the trees on New Atlantis, I'm just like, bruh, like that's like Fallout New Vegas trees. Like, what are we doing here? Like it's it's a beautiful game, and you guys, okay. Thank you for saying that. I jumped on top of the trees the other day. And you should be falling through the trees. You jump on top of the tree, you just sit there like you're standing on top of a wall. So it's just certain things, man. Like I said, the game is great. I'm enjoying it, but a new engine is desperately needed for sure.
Dang sure.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. I mean,
But I think that's it for us. Jay, you got something else before I
no,
end it? 'Cause I'm about to head to. Go ahead.
no, you're good. You're good. I think we covered pretty much everything. I think that was good. Stop point.
All right. Well, we definitely got more coming up, but thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for listening to us. As always, keep engaging and doing everything you're doing for us on our social platforms. And we got more coming down the pipeline. More Combat, Spider-Man. So keep a lookout for the SHU program. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Appreciate everybody, man. Peace, peace, peace. Feel free to follow us on all social media platforms. Catch us over on Spotify at the SHU Program and any other DSPs that you prefer to listen to podcasts on. Also follow us over on Instagram at the SHU Program. Follow us on Twitter at SHU_program. And also tap in with us, man. Ask any questions. Feel free to follow, DM us, reach out. If you like anything, follow us on YouTube. Please let us know, man. We really, really appreciate you all listening. We appreciate you all's feedback and tapping in with us content-wise, man. We would love to get to know you and figure out who's listening to us and what you all would like to see, and just for showing us consistent love week after week. Thank you all so much.